Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 4 of the McFarlane Toys Show. Thank you so much for joining us, whether you're watching on YouTube or one of our other platforms. We're happy to have you. If you're not already subscribed to us on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button right below. As always, I'm your host, AJ from McFarlane Toys, the McFarlane Toys marketing team. And today we've got a great show for you. We've also got our trusty moderators in the chat, Claudio and Aiden, also from the marketing team, who will be with you in the comments throughout the show. Friendly reminder, again, as always, please keep it positive and respectful in the comments section. Zero tolerance for any hate speech or negativity directed towards others. Just keep it positive and let's have a good time. We've, again, got a great show for you today. We've got some new guests joining the show, also from the McFarlane Toys team, to talk about all things Elite Edition. And first, coming up a little bit later, our first guest is Travis, who will be joining me shortly to discuss the Elite Points system, which is tied to the new Elite Edition product line. Coming up after Travis is John, who will be joining me later, and he'll be chatting about the first Elite Edition release, which was, of course, the Doomslayer figure from the Doom: The Dark Ages video game, which just came out a few weeks as well. And it wouldn't be the McFarlane Toy Show without some reveals. So we have some awesome new stuff to show you today. We have a lot to show you today, and there's even more planned for the summer and into the fall and into the future. This is just a small taste of what's to come, but there's still a lot. So we'll be revealing some new items at the beginning, the middle, and the end of the show. So make sure you stick around for the whole thing and you don't miss anything. And to kick it off, we've got an awesome promo going on with the McFarlane Toy Store for you all. I'm just going to bring up the graphic here. So if you go to McFarlaneToyStore.com and use a promo code Ep.4 at checkout, you're going to get a free Superman Silver Age action figure. Yes, you heard that right. Now, this is on any in-stock purchase of $100 or more. This is pre-tax, so $100. Spend $100 or more. Add the coupon code at checkout, Ep.4, and you'll get a free Superman Silver Age figure added to your cart. And we have limited quantities on this, so act fast. I know I usually say wait till the end, but in this case, we know how popular this figure has been, so we want to do something really cool for you fans and give you a chance to get one for free. But he will go fast, so if you do go grab him right now, keep listening as you do, and definitely come right back once you secure yours. But don't miss out on it. It's a really great promo. And again, Ep.4 is the promo code, McFarlaneToyStore.com. Check it out. And moving right ahead, I want to talk about first, before we get into the Elite Edition stuff, obviously we got the Superman movie coming very soon. And one of the most anticipated films of the summer, of course, coming from James Gunn and DC Studios. And we've got an incredible lineup Superman action figures, play sets, and statues based on the film. And we launched the first batch for pre-order back in April, and we're excited to announce today, as a lot of you, I'm sure, have already seen, the second wave and the rest of our Superman movie products are also now available for pre-order today. So if you haven't already, make sure you check it out. I'm just gonna show you, it's obviously our Instagram feed here. So we've been posting already throughout this afternoon or evening, if you're on the West Coast, links to all the pre-orders. So if you haven't checked them out yet, definitely do. There's a lot of great stuff. We got pre-orders available across all of our major retailers for the Superman movie items. So we've got, GameStop, Walmart, Amazon, Entertainment Earth, Big Bad Toy Store, and of course the McFarlane Toy Store. Products will be hitting shelves for the Superman movie items in June, so very soon, with some incredible end caps ready to set at Target and Walmart. So if you're walking through your local Target and Walmart next month, you'll see an awesome Superman movie display featuring our items. So definitely check that out. And again, make sure you're following us across our social channels. We are, again, highlighting everything throughout the day and linking out to all the retailers that have these up for pre-order. So don't miss out on those. And then one last note, in addition to the releases today, there will also be an Ultraman Battle Damage Gold Label exclusive, which is exclusive to Walmart, in stores at Walmart. And we wanted to show it to you today, just so that you could take a look. So it isn't available yet to order, but starting in June, towards the end of June, these will be widely available exclusively at Walmart in stores. So just give you one more look there, just in case you might have missed it. But it's a great looking Ultraman figure with some battle damage, mixing it up with Superman, as you had seen from the trailers. No spoilers here. But definitely check it out. Only at Walmart. And yeah, he's looking really, really good. And one more reminder on the topic of Walmart. All McFarlane Toys products are transitioning to the back wall, the electronics and collectibles section, from the boys aisle. So if you're in stores at Walmart and you're looking for anything at McFarlane at your local Walmart, be sure to head there. And with that said, don't miss out. Of course, Superman movie hitting theaters July 11th. Very, very excited. Yeah, with that said, let's get on with the show, starting with some more reveals as promised. Now, these are going to be tied to Target's Summer Geek Out, which is June 13th. So coming up very quickly. We originally showed some early renderings of what we're about to reveal here, but we wanted to show you the actual physical figures for the first time. So starting off, let's get right into it. We've got the Batman animated, the next wave of the Batman animated series, Build-A-Wave, which has been exclusive to Target to date, of course, and we've seen a lot of success with. I mean, you guys are loving these. Obviously, these are largely have been some reissues based on past DC Direct sculpts, but we've been adding in some new characters that are usually the Build-A-Figures. So we first, we've got up here is our Batman classic look from the animated series. And then following him up, we've got Killer Croc, looking big and intimidating as always. And then following up Killer Croc, we've got Ra's al Ghul, or Ra's al Ghul. Whichever way you prefer to pronounce it. I know it's said both ways, but he is looking awesome as well. And then the fourth and final figure from the wave is the Gray Ghost. Now, if you collect all four figures, of course, you build a figure as always. And in this case, that build a figure is Jonah Hex. And again, this is one of the first animated series Jonah Hex figures, definitely that we've ever done. It's looking awesome. Comes with his accessory, as you can see in his holster there. And yeah, so if you collect all four, again, available exclusively at Target. Target's Summer Geek Out, June 13th. And there is one more reveal from DC that we're going to show before we move on to our first segment and first guest. And this rendering was originally revealed at WonderCon, but we're showing you the physical figure here for the first time. And this, of course, is Kite Man with his trusty cape, as always, and looking fantastic. This is a collector edition figure. It is a gold label, and again, exclusive to Target. Will be going up for pre-order along with the Batman Animated Series Wave for Target's Summer Geek Out, which is June 13th. And that's just a taste of some of the reveals. We have a lot more towards the end of the show as well. And the one thing I will mention, again, before we get into the next segment, because we have so much to reveal today, we're going through them a little bit quicker than usual as compared to some past shows. So if you happen to miss anything, just a reminder, these shows go right up on YouTube. They're archived after. You can take a look. If you missed a screenshot or you missed a detail that you wanted to check out, you can always watch it again after the show finishes. So with that said, we're going to move on to the first segment and the first guest. And before I bring him on, this segment is going to be all about the Elite Point System, which again is a crucial part of the new Elite Edition lineups that we have coming here. And I'm just going to show everybody here for context. Again, I imagine most are familiar because this launched a few weeks back, but the very first Elite Edition figure was Doomslayer, and every Elite Edition figure will include an Elite Points card, which you can see here pictured, and they're going to vary in rarity, and I'm not going to get into that too much because I want to leave it to Travis to explain it to you. And with that said, let's bring on Travis. So here is Travis. Hello, Travis. Welcome to the show.
Hey, AJ. Thanks for having me. So we're here to talk about the Elites program that, because of Doomslayer, like you just outlined, that's on pre-orders, has either sold out most places, and going to be shipping, and it'll have the cards that you mentioned, which will have a QR code to get to this page, but you have the URL there too, AJ. But it's
Yep.
elite.mcfarlanerewards.com. But once you get your Doomslayer, your card will have a QR code that would take you there, and then it'll have a scratch off. But what I want to do is, we have an existing program in place that has been running, so I want to just flip over to that real quick. So with some of you might have gotten wind of this, but with our UFC figures that we launched our first UFC line last fall, this is John Jones with the belt, and they come in the cool octagon packaging. You can see the card in there. So they come with a scratch off card, and you scratch it off. This is a dummy code, but you can use the QR code to get to the site. But again, it's in this case, it's UFCMcFarlaneRewards.com. So you get a varying amount of points. So AJ, if you want to go back to the screen. So all you do is enter that right here and hit enter or hit this, and then your points gets updated. You can see in your rewards history the points that got added from the scratch card. So this has been existing and running. When you have points, you can just hit redeem. It'll go in a shopping cart, and you can enter your information to get it shipped at zero cost. And then we have prototypes. You can get chase figures. We had some cool memorabilia for UFC that actually, like, we had these canvases, but that got redeemed. So we will restock this stuff, as well as in the Elites program, there's going to be constantly new stuff. So if you see something, it might be a one of one, especially the prototypes. So you want to, either if you have enough points, grab it if you want it. But we will restock as well. So this was some Max Holloway signed gloves. We had these Dana White signed prototypes, which is pretty cool. We had all 6 fighters signed by Dana White, which is cool. So we'll definitely have some autographed prototypes as well. So again, that's the existing program that's been running. So the similar, we're going to launch the Elite Edition with Doomslayer, and it's a little bit different because we're going to have, as was outlined on social, there's common with 50 points, uncommon is 300 points, so almost an instant win here. You might need, depending on what we have listed at the time, you might need 2, maybe 3 of these to get a free item. But with the 300 points, most of the time we're going to have something listed. It's the same deal. Once you scratch off your card and you got your code, you enter it here. Your points will be updated. You can see in rewards history how many, but it'll say points have been added, and you can watch that jump up. And then, but if you do we have an instant wins in this case for prototypes. And just to show a prototype, AJ, this is a a Penguin prototype. We have Trinity from the Matrix. So obviously, a lot of these are one of one, or at least one that's public. Some of them might have been one of three. This is Starfire. And we do have a Batman too. But we have a archive of prototypes that are one of one, highly collectible, highly sought after because they're limited. And AJ, if you want to go back to the page. So these are instant win situations. So you enter your code and you'll get a random prototype. If it's from, like, if it's the Doomslayer, if we have Doom prototypes, it'll come from that batch for the Doom. It'll be a random prototype. But then if you do get the gold, the epic, there'll be a small number that are autographed, which might be by Todd McFarlane, or it could be like Dana White when it's UFC and it makes sense. And then or it could be by the athlete as well. This is a signed one that's going to be up in the UFC rewards. Base is signed nice by Izzy. And that's pretty much the gist of it. Like, there should be always something. Like I said, 300 points is an instant win, or the prototype is an instant win, something highly sought after. And we'll keep adding things. And I think this is where your imagination can get going in terms of stuff from the studios, relics, tickets to event, exclusive access. AJ, like we've talked about a lot of different things, and I think there'll always be something new and something always fairly exclusive. And so it'll be across licenses with the Elite Edition, but definitely some cool options to build up your points, whether you get the instant win or not, because it's either 50 or 300 if you don't even get the instant win. Like I said, the 300 basically is an instant win anyway. So there'll be a QR code on the thing, but AJ's got if you open one, it'll have the QR code. Scratch it off, you just enter it, and prototype will get added to your card, or the points will get added to your balance. elite.mcfarlanerewards.com.
Cool. And if there's stuff, like Travis, you kind of alluded to this. I mean, if there's items that you as fans are interested in that you would think would be really cool to be a part of this system, like potential rewards, let us hear it in the comments, like of anything that you're interested in, and we'll see what we can make happen. We're always trying to find some of the coolest stuff. Like, obviously, one-to-one prototypes are like a next level collector item, but
unreleased. AJ, like this is a CJ Stroud alternate jersey with the all red with the alternate helmet. It's an unreleased figure, for various reasons. Something might be unreleased, but we still have a prototype, so some of those will get mixed in for sure in the Elite program. So that's like kind of the ultimate holy grail, in my opinion, is to kind of get a prototype of an unreleased figure. But any prototype is, like I said, one-on-one that's out in the public most of the time, or at most, one of three.
For sure. And again, this is like a bonus add to the figure. I mean, we're going to get into a bit more about the figure specifics and the accessories and the paint and everything like that comes with the figure. But this is something that we wanted to get back to the fans, like who are collecting these this new line. And it's just it's simple as, like Travis said, scratching off the code, entering it into the website, building up your balance. So you're collecting them anyways, and this is just a really cool way to reward this fan loyalty and you guys supporting and guys and gals supporting the this new Elite Edition lineup that we're doing. So again, like, there's going to be more added, as Travis said, but if there's cool stuff that you would like to see, like, let us know, and we'll see what we can do. But there's going to be a really cool offering to start there. And so once you start to get the people who have ordered the Doom figure, it's going to start shipping towards this summer. Make sure you're redeeming your points going to, I'll just pull it up here one more time, elite.mcfarlanerewards.com. We'll have this. It's also on the back of the card. Actually, the QR code, scan the QR code, goes right to the website. But if you ever want to go to the site on your own, that's the direct URL. So, yeah. And anything else, Travis, before I let you go?
I think I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. Thank you, Travis, for joining. Goodbye, Travis. And one thing I did want to mention, let me drop that Elite Rewards URL there. But thanks to, again, your overwhelming support of the Doomslayer Elite Edition figure, the pre-orders are sold out at the moment, but there is more stock coming as the pre-orders start to ship in the summer. There will be stock available in stores at Walmart, at GameStop. So if you missed out on the pre-orders, there will be more opportunities to secure the Elite Edition #1 figure. We've got a question here, and we're going to do our best to get to questions during the live show. If we don't, obviously, getting to every question during the show is going to be a challenge, but please do engage in the comments and leave questions. And if we don't get to it live, we always review the questions as well, and we'll look to answer those potentially in future shows or on social. So, we value the feedback and your questions. So please put them in there, and we'll do our best to answer them. And then we did have a couple here. Still the new, let's see, current rewards program. Reward system is available worldwide. I do believe it is available worldwide. Of course, unfortunately, I've sent Travis. I should have kept Travis around for the Q&A, but I do believe it is available worldwide. But we'll double check that and let you know. I'm going to keep it moving here. We're going to have some more time for questions later. So if we didn't get to it now, we'll certainly try our best to get to some more later. And then before we move on to the next segment with our next guest, John, we have more reveals. So our mid-show reveals, I'm just going to flip over here. These are some DC retro figures that we did not show at WonderCon. So this is a very first look at the next wave of our Super Friends. So for those unfamiliar, Super Friends, of course, the classic animated show that we came out with the first wave a few months back. And yeah, we got the second wave coming this summer. So with that said, let's get into the reveals. We've got 5 to show you here. First up is Toyman, who is looking pretty hilarious. He's got the little mini Superman figure in hand there. So we've got Toyman, and then we've got Captain Cold. Again, these are 6-inch scale retro action figures, so they are articulated, but they don't have full ultra articulation, but there's still plenty of articulation to pose it in fun and interesting ways. So we've got Captain Cold, and then great villainess Cheetah we've got here looking great as well. And then we got 2 more figures before we move on. We've got a classic looking Flash from the Super Friends show. He's got his little radio communicator there in his hand. All of these, most of the items do have accessories. As you saw, Captain Cold came with his freeze ray, and the Flash has his radio there. And then last but certainly not least, we got Superman, a very, very classic looks from the show. Superman's got his ass on the back of his cape, and he's got his, I believe, a kryptonite ball and chain attached to his ankle. So some great accessories and a great next wave of figures to come from the Super Friends show. So looking forward to that. More to come on anything that we show today. There'll be more details on specific release dates as we move into the summer. The majority of the reveals will be up for pre-order at the very least this summer, and some will be available this summer in stores as well. And then there'll be others that will start to hit stores in going into the fall. Okay, moving right along. I'm going to bring on next guest here soon. So John, I'm just going to just give you a little bit of a background on John. He's one of our incredibly talented photographers here at McFarlane, and he's going to join me to chat about all things Doomslayer Elite Edition figure. So without further ado, I'm going to bring John on. Here he comes. John, welcome to the show.
Hello, AJ. How you doing, man?
I'm doing just fine.
Great.
Just fine.
Got something in hand here for you. Take a look at. So
nice.
Exciting.
Nice. John and I noticed in the tech check that we were wearing the same shirt. So we have since
changed.
I changed. So we didn't look like twins. But and actually very quickly on the shirts before we get into our stuff, John, on the Doomslayer, definitely check out the McFarlane Toy Store for merch. John and I are both wearing shirts that are available on the store. Wrong hand. This one here, which is based on, of course, the original cover, but this is the statue photography that you took. You took this image. I'm struggling with my finger pointing here. So yeah, some really cool stuff with toy photography, comic book covers, McFarlane Toys branding. If you haven't checked it out, go to the McFarlane Toy Store. Sorry, quick sidebar. Okay, so John, thank you for joining me. Before you get into it, before we throw it over to you, I just want to give everybody, again, a little bit more of your background. So John is responsible for some of the incredible photos that we feature across our social channels. And he was one of the first people to handle one of the final samples of the Doomslayer figure, as he's got in hand there, because he did the photography that you saw on social. So we thought, who better to join us to talk about it. And again, thank you for the overwhelming support of this figure. We're really excited to show you some more Elite Edition, but let's focus on Doomslayer today. And with that said, John, tell us a little bit more about what we're looking at here.
All right, so in hand, I have a look at the Doomslayer. Obviously, this is from the new game, Doom: The Dark Ages. Really cool look. Really, really excited about this game and everything that apparently it's doing really well. So I'm really excited to load up my Xbox for this one. But first thing I noticed straight out of the box, just the incredible amount of detail that we were able to add to this action figure. We have some washes going on. We have some dry brushing going on, which looks really good. Also, we have a lot of metallic paints, which I really appreciate, especially from a photographer perspective. All of these little extra paint applications do go a long way. Really makes the figure look a lot more like photorealistic. Like it's almost like it's pulled right out of the game, you know? So I really appreciate that. Another thing that I really enjoy is us being able to dive into more soft goods. So we have here a faux fur cape rather than a plastic cape. And obviously we do a lot of soft goods here at McFarlane. And I know you guys have been enjoying that, like with our wired capes and other things like that. So exploring different materials have been a lot of fun. Being able to do something like faux fur, I think is really cool, you know. And other little details that I can totally appreciate from this. Let me see if I can get it in stream. Instead of using plastic chains, we're actually using, where it is, metal chains, which I think is pretty cool. Again, adds a little bit more detail to the action figure himself. Again, as a photographer, I really love us being able to add a little bit more detail, add the extra chains and capes and all things like that. Because again, I think it really makes it look like you pulled them straight out of the video game, you know. So that's things that I really appreciate about it. Talking about the chains, one of the weapons of choice in the video game is his flail, which is a new weapon for the Doom Dark Ages video game. Another cool weapon that we were able to add is his saw shield, or I'm sorry, shield saw. So that's another cool weapon we were able to add. This weapon is very interesting to me. They actually call it the pulverizer. And if you look closely, our team did a pretty good job showing off that in game, it rapid fires shredded bloody bones. So if you can look closely, you can see all the shredded bloody bones in here, which is really cool detail that our team was able to capture. So they call this the pulverizer. So this is another gun that he uses in game. And last but not least, when it comes to weaponry, probably the most iconic gun in the Doom franchise, I think this was technically introduced in Doom 2, is the super shotgun. So it was a no-brainer. We had to add this guy in here. So the Doomslayer figure does come with this as well. And of course, to hold all the accessories, you do get extra hands, which is a must, especially with all the different accessories we do have. It does come with a trading card, which we like to provide in all of our action figures. We also have, of course, the new stand, the Doom logo on there. And we talked about this, obviously. It does come with the Elite Point card, so this is how it looks in hand. And in the back, you can see this is where I did a little bit of scratching to see if there was anything under there, but this is the scratch area, so you can get all your Elite points.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks great. And again, just the focus of the Elite Edition line, just to reiterate some of the stuff that John was covering there, is like we want these to be premium deluxe action figures. So again, premium paints, great articulation, great accessories, and the added value of the elite points as well. And one other thing to note actually is we are going to number all the boxes. So this is number 1 elite edition, figure. You'll see it on the side of the box. It's a gold foil number 1. And as we continue releasing new figures and new characters in the future, of course, those will subsequently be numbered as we move forward. And before we move on, because we do actually have a little tease of the next one of the next elite edition figures we have planned. I wanted to cover John photography and some of the incredible photos that you took of the Doomslayer figure. I'm going to bring him up here let's make it full screen so we can take a look. So as you can see, just as looking awesome. A bunch of different shots. These would have been seen. Most of you saw these when we promoted the figure a few weeks back for pre-order, and these were all taken by John, and just showing the figure in the very best light on theme. And I know, John, you want to talk a little bit about your approach to shooting this guy.
So with every brand, I always obviously try to do my research, and a lot of times I'm a fan of the brand itself, so it's pretty easy. And for me, this diorama, I actually was able to build this one. I built this. I don't remember when I built it. I don't remember what I built it for. It might have been like Diablo maybe, but basically I ended up using pink insulation foam, which is something very commonly used in the toy photography world to build dioramas. Obviously, with the gritty nature of the game, I wanted to make sure I get all that grit in there. So with the diorama, I was able to add little things in there. I think you can see in the background there's like some skulls. I think I found those skulls at like a dollar store during Halloween. I was able to paint those up just to really create like the mood and the grit of the world. Obviously, when it comes to lighting, I do have a digital backdrop with a background that's already provided. And what I always try to do is match the lighting as best as I can. So obviously, you see in the background, there's a lot of reds and yellows. When I try to light the figure, I do the same thing. So once you kind of combine all of those elements, this is basically what you get. So it's a lot of fun. Obviously, I've been doing toy photography for McFarlane for 4 years now, which is crazy. But I was doing it on my own before. So being able to do this and present the figure in like the best way possible is dream come true, man. It's a lot of fun,
Yeah, it looks great as always, John, and we have a lot of fun working together creatively, and like how to approach all the different brands and different figures and themes that we get to deal with. So it's a really fun creative process, and John and the rest of the team is just able to execute some incredible stuff. So it's great work, my friend.
Thanks, man. Appreciate
great work.
A lot of fun.
All right, now like I mentioned, we do have a tease before we move on to the final reveals, and we do have a bunch to get through. I did want to just reiterate one more time that pre-orders have sold out again, thanks to the incredible your fan support, but there will be more available in stores this summer. So shipping this summer, available in stores. Check GameStop, check Walmart, and definitely get your hands on the very first Elite Edition Doomslayer figure, because it's an awesome piece. Now we do have a lot planned for Elite Edition, and there's some new characters in the very near future that are going to be coming out, and we're going to be touching on a lot of different brands. So the next. One of the next Elite Edition figures, I'm going to show you the reveal or the tease here. And for those that are fans of Diablo 4, you will be able to put together who this character is pretty quickly. But we wanted to give you a glimpse at this character right now. So without further ado, here is a very, very early look at a super popular Diablo 4 character, which will be a part of the Elite Edition line. Has has soft goods, of course, has an incredible sculpt, comes with some incredible accessories, the Elite Points card. It comes with a lot in the box, and the sculpt and the paint, as you will see in more detail in the very near future, is pretty incredible. So
the shelf presence of her is incredible. I mean,
I'm kidding.
And just, with the Elite Edition in general, like again, I think that's the cool thing that we're able to dive into is some of these more unique characters, and from a shelf presence standpoint, it's incredible stuff. So
no, there's I'm really excited about some of the characters we're able to get into through the Elite Edition line. So stay tuned for a lot more. We have we're going to be taking part of IGN Live again this year, which is June 7th to 8th, and we're going to be showing off some more Elite Edition figures, including a full reveal of this one. So stay tuned for that. Okay, I'm going to keep John around here because I love his company, and I will have a bunch of cool stuff to show you. Some that John has worked on for toy photography and our marketing social channels. So let's get right into the final reveals of the show to wrap up today. We have a whole bunch. So first up, we're going to stay on Doom for a moment here. We have one more Doom figure, and this is not an Elite Edition figure. This is a regular release, but it is a beast of a figure. This is the Doomslayer Atlan armored figure, and it is huge. And just for context, I wanted to show you all side by side of him beside the Doomslayer Elite Edition. So he's a monster. And John, you were able to you were shooting this not too long ago as well, right?
Boy, yeah, I have to move my camera back because he's tall. He's a tall guy, so
Yeah, but great sculpt, awesome paint, really cool looking figure, also from Doom the Dark Ages video game, which is out now. Brand new release, just came out a few weeks ago. And definitely check it out if you haven't already. And moving right along, we got some really cool new movie maniacs that we want to show you. So first up is Jaws, and it's the 50th anniversary of the Jaws film, and I think this is just a super cool movie maniacs piece that we did here. So Jaws obviously coming out of the water and looking like he's about to attack a poor swimmer. Yeah. But awesome piece made to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Jaws. So definitely be ready for that this summer. Staying on movie maniacs, we've got another character, a very popular character from The Office, Dwight Schrute, coming very soon as well. He'll be coming out this summer. These, of course, are this is 6-inch scale post figure. The Jaws figure 6 is obviously a little bit difficult given his size, these are largely 6 inches approximately tall. So look forward to these coming very soon. Moving right along to another awesome brand, we have Warhammer 40K coming back at you, and we've got a wave of 5 figures total, 2 of them being artist proofs. And John, you were just shooting these as well, were you not? Yeah,
a lot of fun, a lot of accessories, a lot of weaponry, which is cool. And some of the ones we're about to show have some extra heads in there, so I know you guys will appreciate that. They look great.
Yeah, so this is the Lieutenant in Phobos armor. It's a Space Marine, and he will come with a bunch of accessories. You can see them in his hands there. And then he will also come in an artist-proof variant. So for those of you that like to paint your figures and customize them, you have that option. We also have an Assault Intercessor Sergeant from the Blood Angels. And this guy also he comes with an alternate head. So the first one there does not come with an alternate helmet, but this guy does come with an alternate helmet. It's got some swappable hands, like that huge fisted hand.
I actually have it in hand here. It goes right over it and fits perfectly. I know I have it on my thumb, but I don't know. I just had this on me, which is kind of ironic. But it slips right over the hand, so you basically have like a power fist. It's pretty cool,
Awesome. And then this one as well, just to flip back here, will also have an artist proof variant for you customizers out there. So definitely check those out. And then the last reveal from Warhammer 40K, we've got another intercessor sergeant from the Imperial Fist. And he'll come with a few different accessories and also an alternate helmeted head portrait along with the head portrait you see there. And yeah, these are looking great. The Warhammer 40K line it's a fantastic line. So for those that are unfamiliar with the property, definitely get your hands on one of these, because they're big, chunky, like nicely painted figures. So these of course are 7-inch scale, and definitely worth checking out. All right, and we are gonna keep moving here over to Marvel. Now we have another wave on the way. I do want to mention, of course, this is Deadpool here. Before I just get into that, we have some 1/6 scale figure collectibles that were revealed a ways back, and they were delayed a little bit, but they are still coming. They'll be coming this summer. So just for those, I think I saw some questions early on in the comments. They were asking about the Deadpool 1/6 scale collectible, and he will be coming this summer. So don't sweat it. He'll be here soon. But this, of course, is a 1/10 scale Deadpool, and this is based on Deadpool issue number 1. Awesome looking sculpt here. I'm a big Deadpool fan myself, so I'm looking forward to that one. We do have also joining the 1/10 scale collectible line of Marvel posed collectibles here. We've got Wolverine. This, of course, is based on Wolverine issue number 85.
This is 1/10 or is this 1/6?
This is 1/10 as
1/10,
well, unless I believe it's. He looks pretty big, doesn't he?
It looks great, man.
Yeah, he looks awesome.
Yeah,
making sure that he is. Yeah, this is a 1/10 scale Wolverine and Deadpool, and there will be additional characters on this next wave. We just wanted to give you a taste of what's to come, but there will be more, so stay tuned for that. And we do have a couple more before we move on to the next brand. We've got 2 more 1/6 scale collectibles to show you here. We've got the Silver Surfer, which is based on Fantastic Four issue number 72. Will be coming just in time for the new Fantastic Four movie this summer. Of course, the Silver Surfer in the film different than the comic, this comic version that we're showing here, but both really cool iterations, and looking forward to this one.
That's good.
And last but certainly not least, from Marvel, we have Spider-Man, also 1/6 scale collectible, and I'm sure all of you are very familiar with this pose and with the cover here, made famous by our very own Todd McFarlane, based on issue number 1 of his Torment run of Spider-Man comics. It's an absolutely iconic cover, and we're really excited to bring this to 3D form. All right, John, we are getting close here. We've got how many did we got here? We got 4 more for you before we start to wrap it up. We got some cool reminders at the end, so stay around for those. Okay, so we have some more DC to show you. You showed a bunch earlier, but we do have a few more DC collector edition figures to show you. And just to say, we have a ton more of DC product to come. So definitely look forward to that. This is just a very small taste. There is some absolutely awesome figures to come. John knows.
I know.
No, crazy. It's a secret for now, but John knows.
For now, a lot of good stuff for sure.
Yeah. Okay, but let's take a look. So we got Dark Archer here, and John, you were just
I just finished photos of him. It's cool that we have Green Arrow's arch nemesis here. So Malcolm Merlyn, Dark Archer. He's going to go well with our latest Green Arrow we did was the digital one, right? Yeah. So gonna be cool to finally add his rival, so that's exciting.
Yeah, like he's got that hair is some wild hair.
We have matching goatees, so can't.
Also from the collector edition line, and we got Dark Stars coming as well. And I know you're saying you had a good time shooting this because of the paint. I think was awesome in person.
Yeah, it comes with an extra head sculpt, which looks really cool, and some extra hands. The head sculpt has like a kind of like a broken mask, so I think people are going to be excited about that. It looks really great, really good stuff.
Awesome. One thing I will mention, as far as availability goes for these, again, I mentioned this a little bit earlier, but the majority of what we've shown today, if I haven't said that it's an exclusive, like I referred to, Batman animated series is exclusive to Target, and the Ultimate Battle Damage is exclusive to Walmart. Pretty much everything else will be available at all retailers. There's a few others that will be exclusive, but the majority will be available everywhere. Most coming this summer. And like pre-orders this summer, some will be available summer, and then there will be some that will be coming out into the fall. But everything here that we're showing is coming out this year for sure. So along with much more. Okay, couple more before we wrap it up. We have an awesome new Batmobile coming your way. So this, of course, based on the DC Rebirth comics, and we haven't done too many. Is this our first comic?
Well, we did the White Knight one.
The White Knight, right.
But for me, and I think for a lot of people, this is going to be probably their main Batmobile, like at least with their comic book Batman. I love how it kind of, has remnants of the Batman animated series Batmobile. And I always like when it has the bat head in front. I don't know. There's something really cool about that. I know they used to do that in like the 40s and 50s Batmobile. So this is going to be my forever Batmobile. So I'm really excited about this guy.
Yeah, it looks awesome. And yeah, we have largely focused on the theatrical Batmobiles to date, but there's so many great vehicles, obviously from the comics, which a lot of the theatrical Batmobiles are based on, well, not all of them, but some of them. Yeah, a lot of cool source material to get to still, and we do have some other Batmobiles also planned for this summer. We're not quite ready to show you just yet, but there's some ones that we know you guys will be really excited to check out. So stay tuned for that. And the one other thing I'll mention on the DC side regarding in relation to the DC Rebirth Batmobile is we are going to be releasing another DC Rebirth Batman with a soft goods wired cape.
Yeah.
So he's got the classic gray, black, purple colors. We don't quite have him ready to show just yet, but we're just wrapping that up, and he'll be releasing at the same time. There'll be separate releases, but they will be released at the same time. So you'll be able, if you don't have a past DC Rebirth Batman to fit in the Batmobile, you'll be able to get one when this releases. So stay tuned for that. And then the very last one here, we're going to not Spawn number one. Well, not this Spawn number one, but King Spawn number one. This is a resin statue based on King Spawn number one by the cover by Puppeteer Lee. And this thing is just awesome.
Yeah. Love the translucentness of the cape. Like, it just looks so great. Like, again, this is another piece that has like a great shelf presence, which looks really cool. Like, I want to take photos of this. I didn't get to. We have another one of our great photographers taking photos of it, but it looks fantastic. So.
Yeah. And I believe this one is closer to 1/10 scale. I know some of the Spawn, like the Spawn's resin pieces we've done recently have been like they've been 1/10 scale, but they've been like huge pieces. Yeah. So I believe this one is 7 to 9 inches tall. We're just we'll have more detail confirmed on him and like a pre-order date in the near future. But it's an awesome looking piece. We're having a lot of fun, like John mentioned, with the photography, and that translucent cape looks sick. So for all you Spawn fans, stay tuned for this one. Okay. So that pretty much does it, I believe. Yeah, that's all we have for reveals. It was over, I believe, 25 today. We wanted to make sure we got a lot out in front of you all, but like I mentioned, we have a ton coming this summer and throughout the rest of the year. So this really was just a taste. It was quite a bit, but it's a taste. Like, there is a lot on the way. And so make sure you're following us across our social channels, because we'll be promoting everything, revealing it in advance, giving you a heads up when those pre-order dates are coming, so you can secure yours. So stay tuned for that. A couple quick reminders before we wrap up. UFC 316 is on June 7th, and Shauna Ali is going to be fighting as part of UFC 316. Of course, Shauna Ali is one of the figures that we've created in our UFC lineup of posed figures. So if you haven't checked out the UFC stuff, like Travis was mentioning earlier, they come with rewards points where you can get some really cool free stuff. So definitely check out the UFC figures along with the rest of McFarlane Sports Picks. We got a ton of new NFL figures coming. We have some new MLB figures coming. We have new NHL figures coming. So there's a lot of stuff going on with Sports Picks, and some really cool players and that are coming your way. So look out for that. Few more things. We had McFarlane Toys Week at GameStop in California. I don't know how far this. John, you weren't there, right?
No, I couldn't that day, but
you missed it. You missed it. It wasn't too far from you, I don't think.
No, it wasn't. Yeah, but it was a good turnout. Apparently, it was a really good turnout. I saw a lot of good photos.
It's a good segue. I have some photos. just to show what took place for McFarlane Toys Week. So it was an online event and in store, and we got. There was a bunch of exclusives and new releases that came out, and you guys really supported us, and it was a huge success. So thank you for that. And we did have Todd actually showed up to a GameStop in California and signed some comics and some figures for fans, took some photos, and he was there for a couple hours just interacting with all the fans and having a great time. And the awesome GameStop employees here shown were just awesome to work with too, and made sure that it was a successful event. So thank you to GameStop, thank you to Todd, and thank you most of all to all you fans that showed up for McFarlane Toys Week at GameStop. And we'll definitely be doing some more because of how successful it was. So thank you for that. And a couple more things here. Target Summer Geek Out very quickly. Again, June 13th, Batman the Animated Series Next Wave pre-orders, and Kite Man McFarlane Collector Edition. So be ready on June 13th. We'll have some reminders go out before that date. McFarlane Toys will be part of IGN Live, which I mentioned a little bit earlier. That takes place from June 7th to 8th. It is a live event in California, but they do stream online as well. So you can watch the segments online. They have a ton of cool stuff planned. And our segment will be airing on June 8th. And Brian Walters from our team, who's been a guest of the show before, he'll be in studio and he'll be showing some awesome new Elite Edition figures. So definitely check that out. With that said, that's the end of our show. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you, Travis. Thank you, John, for joining the show. First time.
Thank you, AJ, for hosting the show.
I do my best. It's always a great time. We love getting out in front of you fans and like trying to give back, trying to show you some of the awesome stuff that we have planned, giving you an insight into today into like the toy photography, into some of the marketing stuff, and into the Elite Points system. So we're always looking to have a good time with these McFarlane Toy shows, and we really appreciate the support and you guys coming out and watching us live. Thank you to Aiden and Claudio for moderating. I hope everybody was nice to them in the comments. And I know we're running low on time here, and I know we had a lot of questions. And like I said before, we will review the comments and get some answers together to answer in the future. So thank you for engaging in the comments. And I'm sorry we don't have quite enough time to answer them all on stream, but we will get to them. So thank you for making your voice heard. And for those watching in the future, there's links in the description for anything that we talked about today. So if you're curious about anything we mentioned, you'll be able to click the links down below. As always, make sure you're following us on Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok, and of course, don't forget to don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube. And with that said, thank you again, John. Thank you to everyone watching the McFarlane Toys Show. Till next time, good night.